Hi, welcome back to 5 a Day. The next question that we are looking at is from the 2020 Prelim paper from Rosyth. Paper 2, question 12. Before we start, let us take a minute or so to look at the question and highlight the important information. Mel has a total of 648 black and white buttons. He has 360 more black buttons than white buttons. He puts all the black buttons equally into empty black boxes and puts all the white buttons equally into empty white boxes. There are thrice as many black boxes as white boxes. And each black box contains 4 more buttons than each white box. How many buttons are there in each white box? So that's what we are going to calculate. So if we were to look at this question, it looks a bit complicated, okay? And the information given doesn't appear to help to solve to solve the question. So before that, I will try to put the information into a diagram or a model to help us see how the information is linked. So let me start by drawing a bar. Alright, the top bar will represent the number of black buttons and the bottom one will represent white buttons. Alright. And from the question, we know that there are 360 more black buttons than white buttons. So this, the longer bar, the extra bit will be 360. And together, the black and the white buttons combined will be 648. Alright, now based on this diagram, let us try to calculate how many black buttons and how many white buttons there are altogether. So let me take the total, 648, and minus away the excess part here, which is the one that I'm going to highlight in yellow. Okay, so I'm going to take away 360. Okay, this will give me, if you punch a calculator, it works out to be 288. So 288 will be for, okay, this two which I've ticked, okay, these two boxes here. So to calculate what is the value of each, I'll take 288 divided by 2, and that will give me 144. So I'm going to put the information there, 144. Okay, so this is 144. This is 144. So to find out how many black buttons there are, I'll simply take 144 and plus the 360, and this gives me 504. So there are 504 black buttons. Okay, and the white buttons, as which we have calculated earlier, there are 144 white buttons. Okay, now let us move on to the next bit of information. All these black and white buttons, they are all put equally into black and white boxes. And upon finishing putting the buttons into the boxes, it was found that there are 3 times as many black boxes than white boxes. So let us use U, let the number of white boxes be U, and therefore the number of black boxes will be 3U, since there are 3 times as many black boxes. Alright, so how do we go on from here? So if you remember, there are 504 black buttons and they are put into 3U boxes. So if we were to take the number of black buttons, and we take it and divide it by 3, that will be the number of buttons inside U number of boxes. Okay, we take this, you punch a calculator, this number works out to be 168. So in this case, this is the number of buttons in U, so here we just annotate, this will be the number of black buttons in U boxes. Alright, so let's move on. Okay. So similarly, what about in U number of white boxes? Okay, if you were to look at the question, for every white box, there are 4 buttons less than those found in the black box. So in this case, if there are U boxes, the number of white buttons will therefore be, so therefore the number of white buttons in U boxes will be 168 minus 4U. Because for every box, there are 4 fewer white buttons compared to a box of black buttons. Okay, alright, so this will give you the number of white buttons in U boxes. And since there are only U boxes of white buttons, the total number of buttons here should be equals to 144. Alright, so if we were to solve this equation, you will find that 4U is equal to 24. And U will work out to be 6. Alright. So what is U? If we were to go back, what we have defined it to be. U is the number of white boxes. Alright. So now we have calculated U is equals to 6. That means there are 6 white boxes altogether. Alright. So therefore, the questions ask us to calculate how many buttons are there in each white box. So what we do here will be, we take the total number of white buttons, which is 144. Alright, and divide it by 6. Okay, and this will give us 24. So that will be our final answer. There are 24 white buttons in each of the white box. Well, take a minute to think through the question. If you like what I've presented, leave a like and subscribe to my channel, 5 a day. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.